Folks, welcome to Mint Condition Monday at the Baseball Brewhaha. We've got Top Stadium Club 1992 with a twist. Let's go. Folks, it's a Baseball Brewhaha. We've got coffee, and it's Mint Condition Monday, which means we got baseball cards. Talk about last week we opened some Stadium Club. We ran into some controversy. It kind of worked itself out. I don't think we're going to have much of the same today, but we've got some fun stories. Adam, do you want to talk about what we're doing today?
Yeah, we were looking at these cards, and we tried to come up with a game, something that we can put these cards together with. But because we're on Top Stadium Club Series 3, we got a lot of players that maybe we haven't heard of or are not stars of the game. So putting together a game is a little more challenging. So what we thought we'd do is a little bit of a chain reaction or link the chain, maybe a game where we try and connect each player in order of the pack to the next player, and then the next player to the next, and so on, without breaking the chain.
Yeah.
So for example, I got Dennis Rasmussen, the top there. My second player is Joe McGrain. And I got to
the connection.
find the connection.
Yeah. So
and
this
we're
this
trying
is
to
sort
yeah.
So this is sort of an inspiration, kind of from like the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon kind of a thing. But we're not looking for one direct, one spot where everybody ties to. We're looking for the link in order through the pack of cards. What we found out is really you never really go beyond 2 degrees because there's enough teammates somewhere along the line, and so really what we're going to be scoring on is the direct link. So it's either a teammate or they played against each other in a game, and what we're hoping we're going to find are some fun stories that link these cards together. And so that's what we're diving into today.
Absolutely. So we get one run. The way we score is we get a run for linking players together, and we're each going to use our longest streak to see how far we got. And I'm away, so I'm starting with my pack of Dennis Rasmussen as my first card, going against Joe McGrain as my second card. And I was able to find that they played each other one time.
Just once?
That's it. Just
Wow.
once. May 10th, 1990.
Okay.
Cardinals versus Padres. Joe McGrain actually in that game as a batter went 2 for 3 with a home run.
Did he?
Oh, no. Actually, incorrect. So they were both starters. Rasmussen threw a complete game, got the win. McGrain took the loss, throwing 7 innings.
Wow.
So then I gotta find the connection. Joe McGrain to Barry Jones.
Okay. Yeah.
They played against each other. Joe McGrain. This is where Joe McGrain career as a batter, 2 for 3 off of Barry Jones with a home run.
Wow. Okay. That's fun. Was Barry Jones a relief? Was he a relief pitcher?
Yes, he was a reliever. Okay, this one gets fun. Okay, Barry Jones connecting to Terry Leach.
Okay.
So they matched up 5 times. But June 29th, 1988, Pirates Mets. Pirates are up 5-4 in the top of the 6th. They bring in Barry Jones. He blows the saves, gives up 2 runs. So now Mets are up 6-5. So bottom 6, Mets bring in Terry Leach. He gives up 2 runs, blows the save. Mets end up winning in 11.
Nice.
So that was a wild one. So then we got Terry Leach connecting to Chuck Knobloch.
Okay.
This one was a little bit challenging at first, but
Uh-huh.
Their main connection is they were teammates with the 1991 Twins, won the
Okay.
World Series together.
Leach was on that team.
He was on that team. Yep.
Wow.
And
Okay.
then Knobloch, they went in different directions. Knobloch faced him 3 times. He was over 3.
Okay.
Okay. Now we got Knobloch, and then we got to somehow connect him to Paul Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Knobloch faced Paul Gibson 7 times.
Was this Detroit
Never,
Tigers, Paul Gibson?
yes.
Okay.
And possibly Yankees too. Gibson played for the
Okay.
Yankees.
Okay.
Um, Faced him 7 times, never in the same game because Gibson was a
Mm-hmm.
reliever.
Sure.
Always the seventh or later.
Mm-hmm.
Knobloch only got 2 hits off of Paul Gibson. Both of them were doubles to right center field.
There you go.
How
Nice.
about that? Your touch of nerdery right there. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
we got to connect Paul Gibson to the powerful Ted Power.
Mm-hmm.
So this almost broke the link. This
Okay.
almost broke the link, but they were teammates in 1988 with Detroit.
Okay.
Power, but almost not because Ted
Yeah.
Power was
Mm-hmm.
a late season acquisition from Kansas City to Detroit. They were teammates for a whole month
Okay.
and pitched in the same game only twice.
Nice. Yeah, I had one where actually I think this might come up actually in mine, but like, well, we'll get there. But it was like they both played on the same team, but not in the same year, but not at the same time.
Oh, a little trade action, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got Ted Power going to Al Newman,
So
and you,
you told me earlier, kind of before the show, like you had a pretty good link, and it makes sense
I
now
have,
because all the guys you have played for a lot of years.
yeah.
So,
So Al Newman, so they faced each other 3 times. Al
mhm.
Newman was 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt.
Nice.
That's it. Pretty uneventful there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we got the link Al Newman to Mariano Duncan.
hmm
They played against each other only 1 time in 1986.
Was that
Pretty
a
uneventful game there.
Mets Dodgers?
That was an Expos Dodgers.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah, Newman started his career with the Expos. Then we go Mariano Duncan
hmm
to Bruce Ruffin.
Okay.
Faced each other quite a bit. Duncan was 8 for 23. That's a 364 batting average, which included a stretch of going 6 for 6
Oh
between
wow.
1990 and 1993.
So what was that? Because Ruffin pitched for the Phillies and Duncan played for the
Yep.
Phillies. Was that Reds Phillies? Was that Was that
Um,
Phillies Rockies?
that was it was a mix of things. So I think
Sure.
we've got Dodgers, Phillies, and I think we've got Rockies, Phillies.
Okay.
When Ruffin played for the Rockies, and Duncan
Yeah.
had moved to the Phillies. Okay, then
hmm
here we go. We've got Bruce Ruffin
hmm
going Craig Lefferts.
Is that a Padres?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but
So you got a lot.
there was mix and mingle here with like Padres, Giants, with Lefferts and Ruffin. I mean, these guys were both NL pitchers.
Yeah.
So they played in the same game 6 times. Ruffin batted against Lefferts 14 times and got 1 hit. You know,
He's a
there you
pitcher.
go.
You know what do you?
Yeah.
What do
What do you
you? Uh huh.
expect? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Craig Lefferts going to John Smiley.
Of course, you got a Reds in there. Reds, Padres,
Uh,
or what we got?
we've got Lefferts. I mean, I think it's Padres Pirates.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That would make
Well,
sense.
they faced each other 11 times, so it was probably a mix. We got Pirates, we got Reds, we got all kinds of stuff
Hmm.
going on there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They faced each other 11 times. The most interesting game, July 6, 1989, John Smiley threw a 10-inning complete game, but
Hmm.
lost.
Hmm.
He gave up a 10th inning, top of the 10th inning home run to Brett Butler.
Okay, yeah, Brett Butler. Oh,
And Lefferts came in to close it out in the bottom of the 10th.
oh, they're on the same team. Oh no, yeah, same. No, 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 opposite team. Okay,
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
tracking now.
So that was my link. If you were following along, that was 12 consecutive links. And the link
Hmm.
broke from John Smiley to John Wetland. Perhaps having the same first name could have been a good link. But
Hmm.
they were never on the same team, nor played against each other. Their link was they were both teammates with Ricky Bonus,
Hmm. So they,
John Wetland in '96 with the Yankees, and Smiley in '97 with the Reds.
so with even with all of his 6 years in the National League, they never
Mm-hmm.
they never played. They never were on the field at the same time.
Nope.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's shocking.
Because
Shocking. I'm
Wetland, I
shocked.
mean, Wetland um, didn't pitch a lot. And then he
Well, I
moved
mean,
over, like he kind of did with Montreal, but then he
yeah, I
moved
mean,
over
I
to
mean,
the American League.
he threw in 92, 67 games, 70 games in 93, 52 in 94.
Yeah.
Like,
There were
I don't
some
know.
years in there when Smiley wasn't throwing as much. I mean, he was a starter too, so Smiley's pitching, you know, 30 games a
Yeah,
year. So
right. Sure. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and the teams only play each other at that time, I think like 6 times or something like that, 6 or 8 times. So,
yeah, and that season actually, Smiley's Reds or Pirates. There was one season that Smiley pitched quite a bit. They never even played Montreal. He didn't pitch against Montreal.
oh, okay, gotcha. Uh huh. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then, did you use your link pick back up at the end of your pack, or is that it?
Yeah, so my link picked back up at the end. So we had Wetland was teammates in 1992 with Rick Cerrone. Rick Cerrone's final year. They
Yes.
appeared in 16 games together, but I don't
More to
know
come
because
on. More to come on Rick Cerrone.
oh nice. Oh, that's right because we both finished with Cerrone and Stanley,
Yeah.
and then Cerrone and then Mike Stanley
Hmm.
faced each other in 14 games. In those games, Rick Cerrone hit 367, Stanley hit 357. They
Hmm.
both had the same on base percentage of 457, but Stanley's OPS was a little higher, 1.171
Okay.
to Cerrone's 0.990.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
So
Very
there you
nice.
go. Those are so I got a link on everyone except John Smiley, John Wetland, including 12 in a row. So I'm get first inning 12 runs.
12 runs. Yeah. Um, that was an incredible pack. I didn't realize how many guys, like every single one of your players, even that the break in the link there, every single one of your guys played a significant number of years in the majors,
Yeah.
which is a huge advantage.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out if that played out in my pack. So, all right. So here's where we're gonna start. We're gonna start with you know what? Let me fix my lighting. So Barry Bonds led off my pack. And we tried to link with Eric King. We were unable to do so, large part because Barry Bonds played all his years in the National League. Eric King played all of his years in the American League. Never once faced each other. So the only link that we have is that, I mean, there's teammate links all over, but Alex Cole, teammates with Bonds in 92, teammates with Eric King in Cleveland in 1991. Okay, then we go here to Eric King. We're trying to connect him with Kevin Campbell. Kevin Campbell, one of these folks, didn't play much. We're Oakland. The link here, again, no direct link. Eric King was teammates with Harold Baines in Chicago with the White Sox in 1989. Kevin Campbell, teammates with Harold Baines in Oakland, 1991. Okay, then we finally had a link between Kevin Campbell and John Briscoe. The
Oh, we got
folks, look
teammates
at
there,
this.
huh?
Look at this go. Look at this. Okay, so now this one's going to get a little deep here, and it's gonna get layers. Okay, so Kevin Campbell and John Briscoe were teammates in Oakland 91 and 92. They only pitched in the same game twice. That occurred on July 20th, 1993. The interesting thing is, I've got another card coming up here, Bobby Witt. Campbell, Briscoe, and Bobby Witt all pitched in that game on July 20th, 1993 for the A's. Okay. So they all pitched. Additionally, that game was Oakland against Cleveland. I have another card coming up. That was Junior Ortiz. He was Cleveland's catcher in that game. Okay, so we had a little 4-pack there in that particular game. Cleveland wins 9-5. I think Ortiz went 0 for 4. So not super exciting. Briscoe was fun to look at. He had the unfortunate job of being the mop-up guy. So his ERA was like 297. In his 17 appearances, the A's went 3-14. Okay, he was a relief pitcher, so he'd come in late. So they'd be down like 8-0. So, fun fact, Briscoe pitched on our birthday in 1993 in an 8-0 loss to the White Sox. And despite the A's being 3-14 in the games in which he pitched, his record in 1993, I believe it was 93, was 1-0. His win came on September 26th in Seattle, our team, in a 3-2 Oakland win in 12 innings. Randy Johnson went 10 innings, struck out 13, earned a no decision. So, some fun stuff, you know. All right. Then we had connecting John Briscoe and Greg Maddux. We couldn't do it. We couldn't run the link beyond one. And so John Briscoe's teammates with Dennis Eckersley, who was teammates with Greg Maddux, fun fact, during Maddox's rookie season in Chicago. So then we go, I think we pick up the link here again, Greg Maddux and Floyd Bannister. Okay. Our link here, no, incorrect. We did not have a direct link. Maddox was teammates with Jeff Robinson with the Cubs in 92, who was teammates with Floyd Bannister with the Angels in 1991. That one was a little bit challenging. Just both of them played a lot of years, but it didn't work. So our next link, Floyd Bannister, and I mentioned Bobby Witt earlier. Okay. Teammates, obviously, with the Rangers. Let's see. So I talked about, so they were teammates, but I talked about Briscoe and Campbell just above here in the show. How did Briscoe, Campbell, and Witt all pitch in the same game? Do you know the answer, Adam? How did that happen?
Well, Witt pitched for the A's,
He
so
did.
maybe Witt started the game and then they were the relievers.
Okay, sure. So, but I have a Rangers card. So, how
Yeah,
did he get to Oakland? Do you know how he got to Oakland?
some trade.
Trade. Okay. Do you know who
Yeah,
for? This is big names. Big names.
Ruben Sierra,
Okay. Who else?
Rangers, A's
Yeah.
trade. Okay, we got
Yeah.
Ruben Sierra. I'm blanking. Who else we got?
Okay. So this was Ruben Sierra, Bobby Witt, and Jeff Russell,
Okay.
pretty big name, going to the A's in exchange for
Jose Canseco?
Jose Canseco.
Jose Canseco.
Unbelievable. So that's how Witt got to the A's, and all three of those guys, Witt, Campbell, Briscoe, they all pitched in relief in that game before, by the way. All right. That was a fun one, a little Jose
Yeah.
Canseco. I found out later, I was reading a book or an article or something. Jose Canseco got traded from Oakland to Texas. He was in the on deck circle when the trade went down.
Huh.
Can you believe that? So, all right. Next link, Bobby Witt and Leo Gomes, third baseman for the Orioles. So they faced each other a few times, but fun game. May 12th, 1992, Witt faced Gomes. Leo crushed Witt in this game. He went 3 for 4 with a solo home run. Orioles beat the Rangers 5-1 in Arlington. Gomez faced Witt another 10 times, going 1 for 10, went 4 for 14 against Witt. So there you go. So we got a couple links here going. What am I at? 1, 2, 3, 3 coming up now. So we got Leo Gomez and Bob Zupsik. Look at that. Okay, so they faced each other a little bit, but in one particular instance here, July 1st, 1992, Gomez's Orioles faced Zupsik's Red Sox. Zupsik had the better night. He went 2 for 4 with a double. Gomez went 1 for 4 with just a single. Red Sox won the game 7-4 at Fenway.
Red Sox.
All right? Red Sox. Okay, then we had Zupsik and Ted Wood. see the issue I'm running.
Uh-oh. National League.
Okay, now, okay, so here we go. Ted Wood was teammates with Greg Litton in 1992 with Giants. Litton played for the Red Sox in 1994, as did Zupsik. Litton signed in March of 94, so they were teammates. However, Zupsik was waived by the Red Sox in early May. Litton didn't play his first game with Boston until May 26th, so they never appeared in a game together for Boston, though they were on the roster at the same time. Both Zupsik and Ted Wood played their first season in 1991. Both had exactly 25 at-bats in 1991. Zupsik had 4 hits and Wood had 3. That was some fun stuff. Some fun stuff.
Little wild connections happening there.
All right, then we got Ted Wood and Rick Cerrone. All right, so more fun stuff here. Okay, so these guys, the link broke officially. Ted Wood and Rick Cerrone weren't teammates; they didn't play each other. Ted Wood was teammates with Hall of Famer Larry Walker in Montreal in '93, who was teammates with Rick Cerrone in '92. Now,
yeah.
Ted Wood and Rick Cerrone both played for the Expos, not in the same year. Rick played his final season with Montreal in '92. Ted Wood played his final season with Montreal in '93. So Ted Wood had 91, 92, 93. That was it. Cerrone's final MLB came against the Giants in '92. Wood was a part of the Giants team in '92, but they didn't appear in the same game. So there you go. So,
narrow miss right there.
close, yeah, exactly. Narrow miss. All right. And then we had Rick Cerrone and Mike Stanley. So you covered. I like what you covered. I didn't have all that detail about kind of their careers together. So I had a game. I don't think it really was a whole lot here. April 20th, 1990, Rick Cerrone and Mike Stanley appeared in the same game as the Yankees battled the Rangers. Cerrone with the Yankees, Stanley with the Rangers. It's confusing because Stanley's a Yankee in our card here. Cerrone started the game, went 1 for 3 with a solo home run off of Nolan Ryan. Mike Stanley entered the game for the Rangers late, did not get an 8 at bat. Rangers won at home 6-5. Okay. Then we've got here Mike Stanley and Alvin Davis. Okay. Fortunately, we got a lot of American League here.
Yeah.
So we got on May 18th, 92, Mike Stanley and Alvin Davis appeared in the same game. Stanley's Yankees hosted Davis's Angels in Yankee Stadium. Stanley had a monster day at the plate, 2 for 3 with a 2-run homer. Davis entered the game late. His only PA ended in a walk. The Yankees handled the Angels 7-2. Okay. We had Alvin Davis and Herm Winningham staying in the American League. Here we go. So the day before the Mike Stanley game, okay, on May 17th, 92, Alvin Davis and Herm Winningham appeared in the same game. As Davis's Angels played at Fenway against Winningham's Red Sox. Davis started, going 1 for 3 with a single and RBI. Winningham entered the game late as a pinch hitter. Bro, who did he pitch hit for? Bob Zupsick.
Bob Zupsick.
He went over 1. Angels pick up the win 3-1, and 92 was the final year for both Davis and Winningham. Then we had Winningham and Junior Ortiz. Okay. This is actually a fun one right here. September 23rd, 1992, Herm Winningham and Junior Ortiz appeared in the same game as Winningham's Red Sox hosted Ortiz's Indians. Ortiz batted ninth, went 0 for 4 on the day, while Winningham went 1 for 4 with a single off Charles Nagy in the bottom of the second. Herm Winningham then tried to steal, was gunned down at second base by who? Yeah,
Junior Ortiz.
Cleveland beats Boston 7-3. I closed the loop. You didn't do this on your pack. I needed the extra run here, but I closed the loop by circling back, Junior Ortiz back to Barry Bonds. Okay, started my pack.
Uh-huh.
They were teammates from 86 to 89. Junior Ortiz hit 5 home runs in his 13-year career, 749 games, and 2,071 at-bats. Barry Bonds hit 5 in 2005 when he played just 14 games due to knee injuries. And to start his career, Bonds, that was 5 homers and 42 at-bats. For his career to get to 5, Bonds needed all of 23 games, 1986, to hit his first 5 career home runs. So,
yeah.
as you can tell, I had a lot of fun. So,
what was your longest streak? Year 5. Well, I was just looking up as you were mentioning. Link it back to the front. So Mike Stanley was my last card. Link it back to Dennis Rasmussen here. They did face each other 10 times.
Okay.
Mike Stanley was 0 for 10.
Wow, hello. That didn't really help you though, because I mean it broke the link on the you had already broken the link, but it still amounted to a 12-5 first inning drubbing is what it amounted to.
It did. So so we're gonna be. This is a good sign for me. We're gonna be coming back tomorrow with the Immaculate Grid. We got a new category for scoring on the grid, so that makes me nervous. Aaron's typically the grid master. So, but hang out with us. Well, let's put these cards in the binder here.
Let's do it.
Stadium Club 92.
Yep.
Hope you enjoyed.
Yep. We'll be seeing you tomorrow on the grid. Later.